data dictionary table. You will list down the data which you need. For example, like what was it just now? The tool module for the weight, right? Parcel weight calculator. So what are the input you will need? So you will prepare like a test data table. It means the input, and then what is the data type for this, and what will be the valid data, the invalid data you can produce from there for us to prepare our test case later. So when we set valid input data, it means it must follow the correct format. If we set invalid, how you plan to make it as invalid? Because your cause effect graph, it will just show that it's invalid, but it will not exactly say what type of invalid happened. So you can choose what type of invalid. Is it like not following the correct format? Is it not following the correct sizing of data? Is it not fulfilling any other requirements to make it as invalid? So that table will actually indicate all these details. So it means what data for the function for that module, and then what is the sample of valid data, sample of invalid data. Got it? So when you prepare your test case later, you need to give the data, correct? The input. So when you say positive test case, then this is the valid data you follow from the table. If you said this is a negative test case and you want to use invalid data, then this is the invalid data you take from the table. Got it? This is not under STLC, it's under the test environment. After your RPA tool, we have this test data. Okay. Can?
Can, Miss.
Okay. So the STLC part, right? 1.6 is the STLC part. So STLC part is actually the 6 phases of the STLC, which I started to discuss on chapter 6 now. The requirement analysis, and then what is that? The test planning, test environment setup, the test case, preparation, execution, all this. So this will be the 6th phase which you need to discuss here under this 1.6. It means for this testing project, how you do these 6 phases. Got it? For the first phase, for the requirement analysis, do we have the requirement? For the first phase, do we have the requirement? Do you have the requirement?
Not sure.
Do we have requirement for this testing? For us to do the requirement analysis, do we have a list of requirement here?
I think no.
Yes, we are not given with any requirement. We are not being shared with any SRS, nothing. So during this requirement analysis, actually, you are trying to analyze the functionality which you have selected for you to test. It means we try to analyze the functionality to understand the requirement through the functionality, because we have no requirement list provided. Got it? So in that case, under the requirement analysis, right, we have discussed 6 different quality factors. Remember? which is the completeness, the correctness, consistency, testability, feasibility, and traceability. Can we use all the six into our analysis here? Is all the six going to be suitable to be used here?
No.
Okay, thank you. Which one is not suitable to use? Or which one is suitable to use? Out of the six, which one is suitable to use in our STLC here? The first phase for us to analyze. Can we still bother about the first three, which is the correctness, consistency, completeness of requirement? Is it still suitable for a working system?
Oh no, because already.
Yes, because that three is already done, already have been reviewed. So the one we can use is testability. It means we can check if this functionality is able to be tested. If this functionality able to be tested within our resources, within our timeline, it means the feasibility. Okay, and then traceability. It means can these functions able to come up with the test case, and then with the test data, test result, can we trace the functionality back? So these three will be suitable to use. So the first three will not be suitable to use. Got it? So this is not only for your team, for every other team also. All the 5 teams, whatever I'm talking about, all this test data, the STLC, about these 6 phases, the requirement analysis, applicable for all the group, not only for this first group. Because they are projecting, so I'm telling one shot. Okay? Got it? So the 6 phases of the STLC, you're not going to discuss generally, but it should be based on how you will do for this testing project, the 6 phases of the STLC. Okay, so as part of it, this one is the requirement analysis. Since we are not having the requirement, we are going to analyze the functionality. From the functionality, we will do the planning of our testing. Okay. Got it?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Anything else?
No, no, that's all. Thank you, miss.
Okay. Okay. Next thing. Yeah, yeah. Can you zoom in? It's too small. Okay, where is the changes I asked to do?
The impact for server downtime.
Impact. Um, this impact, right? Okay, server downtime here means, and when it's under the product risk, it means not our server downtime, correct? This is not our site server down, correct? Product means, uh, what is your system? Shopee. So it means if the Shopee is having a downtime, okay, and how it's giving impact to your team. Is it you are going to have this impact of restoring, troubleshooting, and so on? Okay, so it means the company is facing, I mean, Shopee is facing the challenging of troubleshooting, and then it can be costly and time consuming, all this, is it? That impact. And how it is disturb you? How it's disturb you? I mean, your testing activity. Impact here means, is it not impact to us? How this server, I mean Shopee server down is giving impact to your site? Is it not supposed should be impact on your site? So
Mm,
due to this challenging, due to this time consuming and the cost and so on, what will happen to your site?
we need to reschedule our test plan.
Rescheduler.
Is it?
Can I know what is the mean of this impact here? Mitigation strategy is how you do. For example, like you need to reschedule and so on. That is your mitigation strategy, correct? When we say impact, what is meant by impact here? Do we need to check about the impact for the Shopee? Actually, our test plan is about our own side, you know. When we set test plan, it means we plan to do this testing. At the end of the day, we want to check back if we able to conduct the testing as how we plan it or not. So as part of the plan, we also need to get ready to face some risk which might happen, so that we able to have the management earlier. So now the server down, yes, it's a risk for us. But the impact which you return here actually not impact to us. It's impact to Shopee. So due to these challenges, how it actually can give you problem here about the troubleshooting, about the time consuming, about the cost and so on, that is not going to deal by you. That will be deal by Shopee. But the more they are taking time to solve something, will it give impact to you? Will it stop your testing?
Yeah, delay our testing.
Yes, it will delay your testing. So your impact here is, the more longer they are taking to fix this server and the downtime is getting longer, it will delay your testing. So the impact here is delaying of the testing is your side. Do you get what I'm saying? So now, due to this delay, so what you plan to do? We cannot change the delaying, am I right? We cannot stop the delaying from happen because the server down and it's actually need to be fixed by the person, I mean Shopee side. So now what you will be, I mean like planning to overcome this, how you will do the mitigation strategy, suppose should be due to the delay happen in your testing, how you are going to have a strategy. Actually, if you ask me, right, maybe we don't need the impact, because it will be kind of like duplicating. So directly you discuss about the risk and then your strategy is enough. The impact actually, based on the impact is what you are planning the strategy, right? So the impact is not really something to discuss. You can directly talk inside the risk. Then about this risk, this is the strategy you want to apply. Because here the impact will be more onto the client than us. So scroll for the no, bring it down. I mean like I want to see the first point again. Okay, if you see the server down, you put the description, right? That inside the description directly talk about how it's actually disturb you. It means it can cause the delaying in the testing. So directly talk under the description. Okay. So as part of the description, you talk about, okay, server down means this is the problem and how this server down can disturb your testing, and then directly go to the mitigation strategy. No need to talk about the impact. So change the format for all the risk. Yeah. Wait now. Wait. Frequent changes in critical functionality. What do you mean to can lead to a cycle where test case rapidly become useless? What does that mean?
Already out there, the test plan.
Okay. So you can directly put this inside the description. Why is that? Yeah, just follow the same format. So take out the impact part, you put it inside the description. So I just need description and the mitigation strategy. I think the project this is okay already, right? Just the product, right? Okay, where is the changes part? Limited testing tool. Yeah, that's why it's better to take out the impact and then cut that thing, put under the description, because your description is only one line. That is not description. So it's actually the continuation of this description is what you put under the impact. So actually, impact is not something like this. So that's why I don't want the impact. Just put the description and the mitigation strategy is enough. Just copy this entire thing, what you put under the impact, put inside the description. Done. So we don't need another breakdown of impact. We don't need it. So description and the strategy is enough. Okay, limited testing tool. Mm, what do you mean by limited testing tool? Because here we don't have any special tool, but we only want to have this RPA tool, right? So what do you mean by limited? Because remember, I told you we are not going to do anything about defect or bug tracking, bug reporting. We are not going to do debugging all. So we don't need to mention about that. You want to mention, you can mention about testing tool, not bug tracking tool, because we are not going to use it. That's why I said this is test plan, not like storytelling to add up something. Got it? Mm. Okay. Mm. Okay. So the same thing, put it under the description. Yeah. Can I see the strategy? Um, don't we do all this before we get a proof of this test plan? For us to say time constraint, right? Why the time constraint can happen after you already do a thorough planning, you already do proper human resources allocation and the prioritization. Why there will be time constraint happen after you have done these three? This is not three strategies. Suppose should be part of your test planning activity ready, right? So why this risk can happen? And for you to do all these three again as a strategy. Changes in what? Can I see what you put under the description? Time constraint. Uh, yeah, that's why my question. Why this limited time happen? Because we already do a proper planning, right? So why this happen again? It means after we do all these three things, I mean like proper planning and so on, then all of a sudden no enough time. Is it like that? Mm, mm. So it means estimation problem, huh? Okay. 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 Mm. Both pairs, is it? Some module use the first one, some module use the second one, is it? Okay. Better lah, no need to talk about it. Because test plan, right, it's not like something general we need to include. We directly put what we are going to use. So if you don't use the first pair of technique, equivalence partitioning and boundary value analysis, no need to talk about it. Mm. 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 Why there is underline? Huh? What happened? Oh, can I remove it? Is it the background? Oh, why you didn't use A4 paper? Oh, yeah. Suppose you use the plain A4 paper, right? Okay. Can I see again the login with Facebook? Hey, why? What is mean by login with Facebook successfully? What does that mean? Okay, and why we need the word of successfully there in your course? Successful login is the effect, right? Login with Facebook successfully, it's not a cause. What is the effect from there? It's the successful login, correct? So for us to log in with Facebook, do we have any other causes? We just put login with Facebook. It's done, is it? Okay. So it means we have three different options of login here. To log in with the mobile number, to log in with Facebook, to log in with Google, correct? Okay, another important thing, you're drawing to E1, right? You cannot draw like that. Because your C1 and C2 happen separately, correct? And C3, C4 happen separately. And you cannot bring the line together like that because you still need to show how this C1, C2 and C3, C4 is connected because all these four will not happen at the same time. It should be either one, correct? Yeah, so that's why you need to combine the C3, C4, have another circle after this N symbol, bring out one line from that circle, and then C1, C2, and then the one line from the C3, C4, combine all this and put O. Because now you only show the C1 and C2 O. But C3, C4 also part of the logic, right? To log in. Yes. So C3, C4, you will bring it inside one circle. So these two, you will combine with AND, like how you put there. Okay. From the circle, you bring out one line. Okay. So that line will be combined with your C1, with your C2 to the E1. So you combine all these and you put the OR. Not C1, C2, only the OR.